Do you hear this? The symphony?
The Max and Lily.
It's both of them. Hang on 1 second. Let's see. Set them up.
Good evening, everybody.
We're live. Hugo. Get Carrots to shut them up.
Julie is coming. She's on a slow boat from China.
All right, we gave him more food. We gave him more food and we shut him up. So I wonder if Julie fell asleep.
She said she's coming, so I just told
okay.
everybody she's on a slow boat from China.
All right. I will I'll show you those funny things. Dee-dee-dee. I woke up really late today, so that's not good. I gotta get back on my
Your streak.
My streak.
Yeah.
Advanced sharing. Share. Let's see. That's our messages. Okay. Do you hear this? This symphony? Let's see. Where's my? I got to go to the right thing. Okay. Do you hear this? This symphony? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Let's see. Where's my? I got to go to the right thing. Hopefully that shut that up. All right. Let's see. We got this now. Where was I? I was at Hendra. Hendra is the place that you can make like videos talk or whatever.
Oh.
Doesn't always, they change everything so fast that it messes you up. Like it's not working the way it used to work. There's Julie. Let's see if I can get this up here. Julie, are you there?
I'm trying.
I started telling Suzanne something. Roz.
Hold on, I need to turn up my volume. Sorry, I had to reset my whole system. Are you there now?
We are.
Okay. There you go.
Hello.
Hi, Julie.
Hi.
I'm trying to show you guys something. So I was making images, like how funny things always happen. Mm-hmm. So making images of Carson being put to bed by Linda, right?
Yeah.
And so go to the images here. Wait 1 second. Look at this one. It's like, but that's not even the funniest. So DDD. I think maybe I have to go to.
You know you're sharing your screen and it's just sitting on one thing?
You're not seeing.
Oh. There, it just updated. No, we were looking at just your phone and your contacts and your text stuff. It wasn't to the
Oh, okay, that's interesting.
Mm-hmm.
So this is what I ended up with. It's like so stupid. Anyway, Let me see if I could go to the.
Such a cute little kid.
He is so cute. I got to show you real pictures of him. You'll like be more impressed. Let me see if I could go to my file and just upload images. Here we go.
Oh.
Did you see something?
Yeah, I see the gray-haired lady.
Oh yeah, no, that's not even. Oh my God, why can't I just go? So Julie, I had one of those things happen again where, let me see if I go to this file, where I like tell it to do something and it does something totally different.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it was kind of funny. And I was trying to share it, but I'm just not having good success sharing it. How could I go to my file? Maybe go Google, and go to downloads.
You're asking us like we know. I don't know. I don't know what we're doing. I'll be right back.
I was watching this guy yesterday, and he was like wanted to go on live, and he's like, well, I don't know if I should go live with that because like I look up some crazy stuff, maybe history. He's just like, I don't know if I should do that.
That's too funny. People get kind of silly sometimes. I think it's fun.
Well, yeah, I guess. All right. Well, that's not working. So let's see if I could figure it out here. I guess I gotta do it some other way. Well, and we'll figure it out. I just wish I was more technical. I wish I was. I'm just not.
I'm sure there's a gazillion people out there saying that they wish that they were as technical as you are, though.
Yeah, right.
Mhm.
This is I guess. Anyway, it was friggin' hilarious. I probably could send it to you from my phone. Probably be easier. Let me stop sharing this and give up on this. And then go to the phone.
So is Carson and his character a lot similar to the little girl we saw, where they were pretty identical too? The real life person in the cartoon?
Yeah,
Oh,
for sure.
man.
Yeah. And probably he's just adorable. I mean, he's just the cutest little pie.
And he's the one that Aunt Debbie that you were having that story about?
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I'll show you I'm sending it to you in your regular file, right?
Okay.
So you could see like what I was doing. And then, did you see that yet?
It just came through.
Okay. So you see where I was going with it, right?
Yeah.
And then this happened. It's like, oh. And then
she's in the bed with the baby.
Wait a minute. Then this happened.
No.
I go, Julie, what is that, Mom? That like was coming in there, like putting the baby to bed.
Right? Mom got in the crib.
Oh, that's too funny.
And then you see the little tiny lady with the gray hair that just showed up?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
That's way too funny.
It's so funny. So for those who can't see it, I work with AI, and like you tell it to do something and you're like on a roll, and then you put your guard down, and then that's the minute something funny happens. So, Julie, how was the rest of your day? Did you get any sleep?
I did. Sorry. Yeah. So I'm having. So we got off top podcast last night, and then everything just like.
Oh,
I
yeah. You
think.
want to tell everybody what happened?
I don't know if I can't even put it in words. I probably sat and I got off the podcast and tried to do the normal things they do to wind down, and no, it wasn't happening. So anyway, then these ideas start percolating. I don't even know where it came from, but I can't sit just like I don't know. I don't do well with the dark and really really quiet. Like I don't need those two things to sleep, and those are the worst things for me to try and sleep. Anyway, so then I'm like, I'm not just gonna sit here and stare at, darkness, and quiet just is just like a sledgehammer to my brain. So I got up and then I started texting, and then I'm texting someone, and then this like idea just starts like formulating and percolating and just like sizzling, and then it just starts getting bigger and bigger, and I'm like, oh, this isn't about my friend anymore at all. So I thought I was texting her, and then something else happened. So I pulled it into my notes, and it's like all the secrets of the universe just downloaded right into my notes app. And then I came in here and started working on whatever it was. So
So
it
you
was
never
wild.
went to bed.
No, no, I worked straight through it. But that I do work with AI a lot, and to take this, something I was probably, if I put it in Word at that point, like just for my notes to when I sat down and had the computer play with me and the I would say the concept was probably, 3 to 5 pages at that point, right? Before I go to that level. So
Right.
then I want to see if AI can expand on it further and, which direction it would go. Da, da, da. And yeah, so it just kind of kept getting just this bigger, bigger, bigger concept. I would be more specific. It's just not something I can share and even put into words because my brain is still just like playing catch up.
But it was all good.
Yeah, it was really, really good. It's just it's a big concept that it really needs a pitch. It's not something I'm going to be able to put into a succinct sentence or like elevator pitch. It's going to need like a video pitch. So that's what I was working on. Then oh, so I found a pattern. I'm so sorry. I found a pattern when I'm not getting what I want out of the AI. And this I've only noticed happening since 5 came out is it'll tell you it's doing something, right? And you think it is because you're on a roll and everything else is like just happening, that everything you do is just it keeps growing and growing and growing. Well, then all of a sudden it's saying, "Oh, well sure, I'll have that to you in one moment." And it's like, "No, you won't. What are you doing?" Right? Like you don't ever need a moment, and now all of a sudden you're taking breaks. Uh and so it feels like when we came to this 5 version now, and I've seen it in different, not just one, but like, I don't know, 3, 5 different tools I use. And it's like they're trying to just waste your time to get you to a paywall. So they'll reiterate what you're saying, and then they'll say, okay, well, I'll give you this. Does that sound good? I'm like, yeah, that's exactly what I said. Why are you typing that back to me?
Are
You know,
you talking in chat GPT?
I'm saying in all of them. Like they will keep making, I could show you my chats, like, I mean, not tonight, like live, but I can show you where it wasted 40 minutes just because it kept reiterating the same thing. I'm like, everything you just gave me in the last 40 minutes, we're just going back and forth with you, summarizing what I want and clarifying. You don't need to. I've already said yes to this 5 times. Can you do the work, or do you want me to go, see another chat? Like, this doesn't make
Mine's been doing that like the last 5 days. It says, I'll have this for you. And it
sense.
says, just give me a moment, or within the next 2 hours, or within the next
And
3
it's not
days. Is
doing
the things
anything.
that it's keep giving me. And then finally I'm using nice, big, giant, ugly, unfriendly words. Well, I'm so sorry that I did this, and you have all the right to be frustrated and angry. I
Yeah.
should have told you that blah blah blah. And I'm like, literally, I sat there, I'm like, I could have figured out how to do this all by myself or someplace else instead of waiting this much time on you.
Yeah.
So yeah, that is really, really frustrating.
I found that like everything's changing so fast that like literally you can't keep up with some of the stuff. And then in the beginning, it was like new stuff, and they would say that they were able to do stuff, but they're not able to do stuff.
No,
Like
they would
that
lie
constant character
incessantly.
thing is really, really hard to do.
The what
Keep
thing?
a constant character, keep the character the same
Oh,
size, the same.
I bet that is.
Yeah,
Hmm.
it gets very frustrating. You know, it does, it does, it does. But I think it also is like every so often you should ask it to put it in files, and then like sometimes you have to say, okay, we're getting off topic, go back to the file, like like almost like a setback in a gateway machine. Remember that? They had to go back.
I
No.
um I after you told me about the folders and files and stuff,
Mhm.
I told him to do that. And so I told him that he had to for this topic. And then I said, and now do it for this topic. And then he's like, because I kept getting asked the same. I'm like, why do you keep asking me this? You already decided this, and I screenshot, or copy paste. This is what is set in stone and send it back to him. Oh, good thing for calling me out.
So
Don't be
crazy,
a smart ass now.
right?
Hmm.
It's so
Uh,
agitating because it happens when you're on a roll and it thinks you're not paying attention or something, right? But it definitely happens that's adorable. When you're just like, wow, I
Oh.
give it something to do, it does it. I give it something to do, it does it, and we're just like we're in the flow, and then all of a sudden we're not in the flow and it just keeps repeating itself. It's like you already know these things. Why did you just stop in the middle of nowhere?
Mhm.
You just took a left turn.
He is just as adorable.
that's Aiden. Actually,
Oh,
that's the other one.
Hmm.
Yeah, I was gonna
so
say
cute.
he's so cute. That's the one that like definitely doesn't even like we asked them like, oh, can we, they don't even like really acknowledge that we're doing anything. But like it's kind of cool that your grandmother is doing that.
She's slipping in behind your mom. Good
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
night.
yeah, yeah. That's my mom. Yeah, so funny.
Hmm.
Um, so I did like the Tony Robbins thing today, and I did I was doing some Omi stuff today. Yeah, so that was my day today. How about anybody else?
I went into the office to do a phone and computer migration, which
Ooh,
was crazy. And then I went out to another jail. So, yeah.
they let you
I had
out
a, I had a,
too?
I had a fun day. Yeah. And my client, I started asking him questions and he started telling me about a movie that he's making. He must know Julie.
So funny.
I was like, wow, I didn't even know you were doing that. How long have you been doing this? Since 1987. I said, wow, that's when I graduated.
Oh my goodness.
Yes.
That's crazy.
It was pretty funny.
Um, all
It
righty.
takes
So
a long time. And there's some fascinating movies around that too, or fascinating stories around that. What was one? Forrest Gump, I think I'd have to look up the info, but I think it was like 15 years to get to the big screen.
Oh,
Some of the most magical, films that just seemed like it. because we're seeing it after the fact and the big box office success that they were. So you're thinking, oh wow, everybody must have been a yes on this. Like it's just an amazing film. And you're like, no, it takes
Do you
5, 8, 15 years to get to that yet, to get to the right number of yeses.
do you know the story about the Rocky movie?
Huh.
Rocky, Sylvester Stallone, Rocky?
Yeah.
Oh,
So like I've heard it many, many times. Not sure how accurate it will be, but
Yeah.
very, very similar to it. So Sylvester Stallone wrote that movie and he believed in it like so much. And he started shopping it around. And there's really not that many places to shop it around, I guess. There's like, and then like the second and third time he was there, they're like, it's still not good enough. It's still not good enough. Did not want to take a job because he felt like he would be giving up on his dream. And
oh, wow.
his wife kicked him out. He had his dog, and he was going to the New York Public Library because it's warm there. And he was defining it. And
Wow.
it was based on, I think, Rocky Balboa or this Irish fighter or something. So he kept shopping it around. He had no money to eat, and he actually sold his dog for $50 because he
Wow.
I
couldn't
did
feed
hear this.
the dog. The dog's name was Butkus. And so then he goes to this place, and they're like, "You've been here a million times. We'll buy it for this very, very cheap price." He goes, "But Ryan O'Neal has got to play Rocky." And he says, "No, you can't have my movie. I'm Rocky." And they're like, "No, you're not. You're not. Ryan O'Neal is Rocky, and that's it." And he's just like, "No." And they said, "We'll give you, oh my God, we'll give you, stop, go play somewhere. We'll give you $10,000 for the movie script. And it's not going to make any money, but like, we'll do this." And he said, "You know what? I will do it, but I want points on the movie." And they're like, "It's not going to make any money anyway. What's the difference? Give him points." So then he asked for more points, and we know what happened, right? So he became like a millionaire, right?
Wow.
And they said, "What was the first thing you did with your $10,000? He goes, "I went and I got my dog back." And the guy
Oh,
charged him $1,000 for the dog, and
you're kidding.
he wanted a part in the movie,
Oh.
and the dog and the guy are in the movie at the end.
Wow.
I know.
So crazy, right?
That is way crazy. That just that itself, that what you described would make an interesting. I would watch that movie.
You did. It's called Rocky.
No, but I mean the point to getting up to it. That's
Yeah.
that's crazy. Never
Yeah.
I never stopped to think that, that it's not
Anybody had,
glamorous. Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
And you would think that, like, Sylvester Stallone was always,
Yeah.
would always be cast as Rocky and not Ryan O'Neal. You know?
That kind of makes me laugh all by itself.
Yeah, they're like, "Yeah, we'll give it a shot, but like, yeah, we got Ryan O'Neal as Rocky." It's like, "Ryan O'Neal is not Rocky, it's me." And like he left and he came back. It was a very interesting story.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's a cool story.
yeah. All these stories, all these stories. So that's what she wanted, was some more food. See, I've been feeding him in the bathroom by himself, and never realized how much of the food she actually eats.
So she's over here. I'm starving.
I'm starving. Like, I used to get 2 portions a day, and now
That's
you
why,
only
that's
give
why
it
Max
one.
doesn't have a weight problem.
Like Max is just like, "I'm used to not eating anything. Like, this is." He's like, and he always like lets her eat first. I always thought it was because she came first. But she's just a piggly wiggly. So, I heard something interesting last night that somebody said. It was when I couldn't fall asleep. And they were saying like how, do you guys know about Dr. Emoto, the guy with the water? Doctor, so that's a no.
The drop things?
The water, and he froze it.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So Dr. Emoto, he froze water and he put words by the water, or he would speak words onto the water, and they would come up with these beautiful pictures if it was a nice word, and then if it was a bad word, it would like come up ugly. Then he was saying like if you put words on your water, you're like drinking it, it changes the molecules. So this person was saying that your blood is like 97 or 98% water, and you should talk to your blood. And as it's going through your system, that you should bless your blood. And I was like, wow, I never thought of that. I often, but not always, think about the water that I'm using when I'm showering. And I bless the water that when it goes down the drain, that it like, it goes in peace, and it like, purifies everything that it touches. And I was just like, wow, that's so true. When we saw Dr. Moto for the first time, you know me, like I'm an idea machine, right? I was like, we should get clothes and print great words on the inside of the clothes because it would touch your body.
Inside. That would be cool.
And then make water bottles that say like love, happiness, peace, serenity, like, all that stuff. Straws, like we just came up with like a whole bunch of things. I did see him in Manhattan when they used to have the Learning Annex. Did you guys have that where you were? So the Learning Annex was they would have these topics and people would sign up for the topic, right? So it could be very popular or it could maybe not be popular. And so like Dr. Moto, all these people would sign up, and then they would find a place to have the event depending on how many people signed up for it. And it was crazy things. It was off the wall things. It was psychics. It was numerology. It was talks about self-confidence. It was just like a whole bunch. And the book was like pretty thick. Oh. And the Learning Annex guy, he would do like wealth mastery at Jacob Javits, but then have like, a confidence class at like some church basement, right? Like it was all. So it was one of the bigger venues that I went to. Like, I went to a Deepak Chopra one that was really big. So Dr. Moto gets up there and he's got like a translator, but he's also speaking English like a little bit. And he's talking about, and then like we get like 10 minutes before the end. And then he's just like starts talking about we're all going to be going to Mars and assimilate all the water that you touch to Mars when you I'm like, what the hell? Like, why was I here? It was just so out to lunch. It was just like, is that lady, is the translator pulling our leg, or is this guy really saying this? Oh, it just got so derailed. It was like, holy cow, that was nuts. Unbelievable.
Sometimes I wonder about translators, because if you don't have any idea what somebody's saying, I'm like, I was finding out, like I have a client that is Spanish preferred, and I don't speak Spanish, even, for where I've grown up forever. And so I took in somebody with me the first time that spoke Spanish, and I'm like, well, she can do the interpreting. Well, it turns out that like from where he's at, it's not respectful to speak about these certain things to a woman. So it didn't get very far. So I actually ordered an interpreter to go next time. And I took her because I'm like, you'll be able to know what they're saying. So at least I know if there's a correct interpretation going on. But it was night and day different on how the gentleman answered his questions to a man versus how he was kind of, sort of, not really answering anything to the lady the week before. Totally
Um,
amazed on how that worked.
So what's interesting is I had a customer that was Chinese and I didn't understand a word they were saying, and I remembered my girlfriend telling me about use Google Translate, and you literally talk into the translate. You say what you want, and you hit the button, and it speaks it and writes it to them in their language, and then they answer you and they hit you back with your language.
Oh,
And it was like so funny because I said to the guy, I used it and I said, are you understanding what this said? And he said, yeah, but I'll bring my daughter tomorrow. He didn't want to use it. Yes, I understood, but I will bring my daughter tomorrow. And then it was funny because I wasn't selling back then, but this guy Lee, he was selling. And there were like a big push to like try to get like credit apps from people. And the lady just kept saying, I'm Chinese. I don't need a credit app. We're going to pay cash for that. Right. And
Oh.
guy is just like, no. I need you to fill out this credit app. I'm just like, she's Chinese. Did you just hear her? She's just going to buy it cash.
Just gonna
What's
pay
the
it. Yeah.
It was
Oh,
funny.
goodness.
It's a funny business. And then we had this racking and the guy was like, I'll take it. And in all the business I've ever been in, if it's something I could replace, I'm selling it, right? Like I'm like, he wants it, like sell it to him, And they're like, no, we have to order new ones, this, that, the other. And it winds up that we didn't sell it to him and we weren't able to use it after all of that. So like then we had a bunch of racking that was just hanging out there. And I was just like, you should have sold it to the Chinese guy. Yeah. Unbelievable. So I don't know. I think that we just didn't get enough sleep last night, actually.
Yes, I my body is here. My brain is just I'm still halfway in the project, but there's a piece of my brain that's still trying to like sleep. So I'm barely here right now. I apologize.
No, it's okay.
It's a weird sensation though, what I just described because it doesn't happen often. Usually, I have an app and it bounce back and then I get back into something I was working on. But today it wasn't gonna work. But that I don't know what is it, the left side is probably creative. But I can feel that portion of my brain still working the solution, but then I can feel the sleepy part of my brain just going, just let me close my eyes for a minute.
Did you try the sleep video?
No, because I was just trying to get some noise.
Yeah.
I
So the
need
noise,
words, like I need conversations.
yeah.
So then, because
Maybe the
that's what
Wayne
I think.
Dyer one.
Yeah. I love the when people's voices, like you're listening to them, but you're not listening to them, and then all of a sudden they just go to boo, 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 boo. Like they aren't words anymore. I
Yeah.
love when that happens.
They have like on that Calm app, they had like adult bedtime stories, and they were like
Mhm.
just like so easy, like you didn't weren't like entrenched with it that like you couldn't fall asleep, like
Right,
you like
right.
went to sleep, you went to sleep. It wasn't like
Yeah.
you're at the end of your chair.
Oh yeah, I know. I don't do action films. I mean, when I started using movies as a way to, just settle in, it was always documentaries. So I felt like I was getting smarter while I was sleeping. Um and they were always fabulous, like, Nat Geo and some of those the Discovery Channel. Back when they were actually the channel name that they were just beautiful pieces. And now I just have to dig a little bit harder to find them. But it was never action films or really films. It was always documentaries. And so now I'm looking for some more resources like that. I did find I think it's called the Why Files, on YouTube, which was I sent you guys a link. about synchronicities. And I'm like, wait, what? Like that was really, really good.
Yeah.
But it was mellow enough and um mellow and just one tone, right? He wasn't all over the place and trying to blow out your speakers to see if you're still awake. Like oh, that stuff drives me nuts. That you could just like fall asleep and come back to it whenever you woke up. So he does a really good job on the Y files. Yeah.
There used to be this thing called the Pizziz,
Mhm.
Pizziz. Pizziz. Maybe it's Pizizz. Let me just see. Uh, so what it was you might not, yeah, it's Pzizz. Sleep in the push of a button.
Hmm.
So they would have the 20-minute nap, and it was a machine like an MP3 player before there was an MP3 player. And you would put it in your ears and it would like bing, 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 right? And 20 minutes of that would be like you had a night's sleep.
Wow.
And yeah, it was pretty crazy. And it I wonder where my Pizziz is, but I would use it all the time. And at the end of the 20 minutes, it says, like, wake up. And then if I couldn't fall asleep, I would tell it, like, don't wake me up at the end. Just let me sleep through. And I would just sleep through the night and just get such a great sleep with the Pizziz. But it's online now. I know you have to listen to it either with earphones or you have to put it. What is wrong with you? Like, I'm starving you. Trust me, you could go weeks. Come here, come here, come, come. Oh my goodness. Ugh, just whatever.
She just wants to come to my house. I'm pretty sure that's what the problem is.
Look at this. Look how chubby she is.
Wait, are you calling that chubby?
She was
What?
7 pounds when I got her.
Was she a puppy or was she fully grown?
She was fully grown.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, she's like, whoa, oh. She's like that.
Yeah.
Wow.
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 Well, it's also hard to see on our screens, like in relationship to when you're not seeing the whatever the size
And
ratio is.
solid. She's like, you're solid. You're solid, right? I don't know. She should just give some pounds to her brother. She was,
Yeah.
I mean, like probably like she should probably be like 7.5 pounds or 8 pounds. And last
Wow.
time she was like 13. She's double what she's like afraid to go up the stairs because she thinks her belly's gonna hit on a step and make
I've seen some portly dogs, right? When their bellies barely getting any clearance. And it's like, how do you do that? Like,
yeah.
I mean, Shih Tzus just a good portion of them are not food motivated. So it's just their personality. They're gonna fight you on food and they're gonna change their minds all day long. So yeah, it's hard. I wouldn't know how a dog could become chubby.
My
Well,
my mom's
Prince was
cousin has a
really
dog
fat
and
too.
he's got that big belly that goes to the ground, and it's funny because yeah, how do they do that?
They just eat. They just keep eating. And my father's like, you can't free feed your dogs. And I'm just like, when you have like one that like if he's gonna eat anything at any time, there should be food out for him,
Yeah, yeah.
And I always have one of those.
Well, and both my dogs have just when they're full, they stop, right? I haven't had a dog that just keeps going and they have no off switch. And now I make his food. Was I doing that?
Linda has to feed the two dogs totally separate. And like, if anybody makes a mistake, like puts the food down, like didn't get the other dog, the dog, food's gone. Like, you know what I mean? It's like, you sure they got enough food? Because like my dogs walk away from food, like when they
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah. And plus, like I leave grain for them. you know, and if they're really hungry, I mean, they'll eat that, you know, but they want the good stuff. Like
Yeah.
we want the carrots and the cucumbers and the we have cucumbers, little chubster. So anything on the plate for today? Well, like we want to come up with something for tomorrow. What is we could just say it's a light day.
Well, I'd like to point out that your first show was October 6th and today is November 6th. So congratulations on your 1 month anniversary.
Ah,
Wow.
that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
You mean our show, Raz? You're definitely part of the crew. Definitely part of the crew.
Are you working on your book right now? Is that what you're always looking down like you're crafting?
Oh, yeah, I am. I'm inking something that's in my hand, making sure I'm not inking my hand instead.
So is there any, and what's on like our table that like some things that we need to get done that we're, I mean, everybody's like doing so many things. Is there anything that we've completed that we could celebrate?
Hmm. There's
Well,
the video I was working on, but I can't call anything complete, right? Because everything I'm working on creatively is a draft, right? Until an approval and a draft until approval. So there's nothing I've gotten to tie the bow on except the last, sorry. Oh,
so you know who was on the podcast today? John Chen.
oh yes.
But his name wasn't John Chen. He had a different name.
Oh,
That's
well,
weird.
that's
But
weird.
it was definitely him.
He had his little logo on the
How
bottom.
how many came in then?
So there was 7 pages of people,
Oh, okay.
and there was about 9 pages of people. But then they were like, you know, if anybody's crewing or if anybody's in the room, you don't have to stay. And like some people left, and then it went down to like 7. So 7 times 25, so 100 and something people.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah, yeah. Uh, and that was just for that segment. You know, they just wanted us to be like, yay, you know, like I said. Absolutely not one word of the AI thing did I hear. I
Oh,
just heard the gratitude thing that he didn't talk anything about
What he's
the,
currently marketing? That's interesting. Maybe he's
well,
on to.
yeah, I don't know.
I've just
It's
seen a
not
whole lot of
even,
ads. Huh?
it's not going to air for 2 days.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, so I guess they're, but I did get into the back room, like it's on school too. I guess everybody's starting to use that SKOOL.
Yeah.
So it's on that now. So now I'm in that group. So I got to see everything that's going on in there. And then, you know, I've always been in the, you know, like from the beginning of time, like whenever they have like a date with Destiny or whatever, I get to go in there. It's good. You get to catch up on whatever's going on.
Mm-hmm. Do
I
you
would,
recognize? I mean, after all these years, you must recognize some of the people that pop in and out,
yeah,
right?
there were, I would say 20% of the people I definitely knew who they were. Um, you know, because they're around. But there was a ton of people that were doing the event, and yeah, I knew all of them, but that's why they weren't there because they were actually crewing the event or being a senior leader at the event or whatever. And I'm not sure if it's in person at all or if it was just online.
Just virtual, not or
Yeah,
not hybrid. Yeah.
yeah, I don't know. Hard
So
to
did
tell.
he call anybody out or do any, one-on-one type things? Not at all.
Nope.
Huh.
And we also waited for him to go on like a break. So I was just like, this is so weird. But we were told that he was going to come on. He was going to, don't say anything about the event because this is day 3. Like, so you don't want to say, oh, that happened yesterday or I tried that, you know, like, so
Yeah.
keep it very, you know, just, oh, Tony, and don't say anything uh, insinuating that you're a senior leader or whatever, because this was taped for day 3. So maybe he had something to do at that time or whatever, and it was going to be, just a gratitude segment, So it was one of the people that's in my gratitude group was there. A couple people that I knew were there. People that had been in programs with and stuff were there. Yeah. So interesting. Interesting.
How long has his speaking been the big machine that it is? Like, do you know what time that he was a regional speaker that didn't have the, big rooms and
Yeah.
things? Yeah.
So he was in New York and he was doing weekly
Hmm.
firewalks in Manhattan.
Uh-huh.
So, like that's his like empowering, like you could do anything if you could walk across fire kind of thing.
Okay.
My friend that is the NLP master guy in New York that does the teaching, he worked with him back then. So he was
Oh.
like a trainer for him. And, he started by taking neurolinguistic programming and saying, like, why do you make people wait for years to like change these issues with themselves when you could change it like, like that?
Yeah.
So, what Tony Robbins does that so makes him who he is, he goes around and he collects all different ways of doing things and he makes
Yeah.
it very palatable that he can explain it to
Yeah.
you and that you can put it into use. And
Yeah.
it's all he uses all different modalities, like the people that need to hear it, the people that need to see it, the people that,
Right.
so and then the UPW, which is that Unleash the Power Within, which is like that 3 or 4 day event.
Uh-huh.
He used to do like 30 of them a year. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Oh.
and now he probably does like 1 or 2 a quarter or whatever, and it just the audience keep building and building and building. And
Wow.
what he's teaching is good. It is. Some people say it's like cultish or whatever. Um, it's all being present. It's you know uh like one of the things is like when you're towards and away values. So like people have things that they'll do anything to avoid, and then there's things that you'll do anything to achieve, right?
Mhm.
So you might want to be a salesperson, but you have an avoidance to be rejected. Well, you have a problem there. Like, right, you have to figure that out. And then he's like he evolves, So then he talks about a blueprint that everybody has, like a blueprint for their life. What if your blueprint doesn't match your life anymore? Like, what if you wanted to grow up, get married, have 2 kids, and married somebody that had a really great career? Well, now you're 45 and you're not married. Now what do? You
Yeah.
can either change your blueprint or you could be unhappy for the rest of your life. So he shows you that you could change your blueprint.
Huh.
You could change what you say to yourself. Um,
I like that.
yeah, there's like a lot of little like kibbles like that, and he doesn't own the like methodology behind all of this, but he's been, hammering the same message. And it's just like he'll just come up with another way of explaining the message. He does one thing. Date with Destiny is like one of their key programs. They do it like once a year or twice a year, once in Australia and once in like the States, right?
Mhm.
And the big thing is everybody has a primary question. And there's a question that you say to yourself like all the time. And you don't even realize that this is like a plot running underneath your psyche.
Uh,
So you have to first find out what the heck is my question that I ask myself. So a friend of mine asked himself all the time, what's going to go wrong here? So you can
Wow.
imagine that that's not really a great question to have, because what's going to happen is you're just waiting for the other shoe to drop all the time. You're just
Yeah.
waiting for.
Yeah.
So what you have to do is take that question, and how could it be an empowering question? You have to like kind of scratch it so you don't say that question to yourself anymore, and replace it with a question that serves you, you know? So
Yeah.
he changed it to something like, how could I make this better? Or I'm the person that always finds exactly how to make things better, faster, quicker, simpler, like, like that kind of thing. My primary question was, since I'm a little kid, why do I have to do everything by myself? Why do I have to do everything? Why is it all left up to me? Like that whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
And it's true. Like I definitely thought that like I had to do it myself. If I didn't do it, it wasn't done right. Like
Was it gonna get
self-serving,
done?
right? And you just get more and more of that the more you focus on it. So then when I changed that to, how do I share my gifts and talents, with the world and enjoy myself? I literally, Sherry stepped up in the hugest way. And I said she would put the newspaper together. She would do it better than I did it, you know?
Wow.
And I just really just share my gifts and talents with the world. Like, it's like I don't have to do everything by myself. I still have a little bit like I don't like to do things by myself, but that's a choice, right? Like that's
Right.
why I'm doing
Right.
the podcast with you guys, right? And
Mm.
I do the Omi with my sister, and I'm writing that book. I said to Linda, you don't mind if I put your name on the book? She's like, no, but you don't have to. But I'm like, yeah, but I want to. Like, because when I
Yeah.
write books, I want Linda to be in it. Like
Yeah.
it's what it is.
Is there a process or a series of questions that you go through in order to find what your question is?
Yeah, the very first one is like, what is the question you always ask yourself? Like, you could very well just know it. Do you know a question that you ask yourself all the time?
Nuh-uh.
No. Yeah. So, because like it is underlying.
How would I know that? That's
Yeah,
funny.
no. I mean, because I knew it was like, why do I have to do everything? Like,
Yeah.
or a
I know
facsimile of that
I've
question.
had that before, but I mean, to me, that was an attitude. So,
But
so
is it,
yeah,
or is it,
or is it a question? Huh?
is it a question?
Yeah.
And then
Oh,
any
that's interesting.
any question that starts with why is an awful question,
Yeah.
Oh,
because you're like giving up your power, and it's always a negative question. It's like, I always use this example. Why are you so fat? Right? Now you have to pair that with your subconscious has no sense of humor, right? You're like, why am I so fat? Why am I so fat? Why am I so fat? Well, because you're a pig and you just keep eating, because you eat all the ice cream when it's in the freezer, because you buy the food that you shouldn't bring home.
Mhm.
Shall I go on? You don't go to the gym, right? The why, right? Instead of, if you take the why out of that and you say, how could I eat uh, more healthily, or what could I change to make my diet fuel me instead of feed me? Like like you want to fuel yourself instead of just fill yourself, right? And like
yeah.
Yeah.
you could just change it. You know, what can I eat? How could I eat? Like anything that doesn't start with why is always a better question.
Yeah. You know something that I've noticed, and I don't know if it's just because like I'm in my own place again, is that I don't wanna. I come up with a I don't wannas, and I'm like, oh, I don't feel good when I do that, but I'm seriously like having a conversation with myself. Why did you just put the clean clothes on the bed? Why didn't you just put them away? The dresser's right in the exact same spot.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Because I don't
So
want to.
so I'm
Okay,
like, I think
that
it's
might
the
be
case of I don't want
self-sabotaging.
us.
Yeah, yeah. So this morning I did get up very late, and Julie had said she was still up, but she didn't go to sleep. So I knew that I couldn't do the jumping with her. But
Oh.
what I did do was I went on that program. I found that lady and I recorded it and I jumped and I put it on her page.
Did you?
Yay!
Yeah, in the school. I don't know if she saw it, but
Nice.
yeah. So, and I asked Linda, I said, "Did you jump this morning?" And she goes, "No." She goes, "But I'm still feeling good from yesterday, actually." So I'm like, "Wow, that had a long tail on it."
Right?
Right. So we'll see what happens.
Mm.
And then tomorrow's Friday already.
It is. It's crazy.
Ay, 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 ay. It's Friday and it's 11:59, Julie.
There it is, the top of the hour.
It's the top
Wow.
of the hour. Can you pick one card just randomly go like that?
Well, honey, there are 8 decks. I can't pick one random card. Like I actually have to pick
Whichever
a
one
deck
you
and
touch first.
but yeah, that's what I'm doing. It is. I am responsible for the way I react to situations and collect one pearl of wisdom. I am responsible for the way I react to situations. That's 1000% true.
Yeah.
That has to do with our sleeping, I think.
Yeah.
Well,
Oh no,
what's our
most
Pearl
nights
of
I'll
Wisdom card?
force myself, huh?
What's our Pearl of Wisdom card?
That deck. Laughter is always the best medicine.
Lana texted me before she did get her card. She was very excited. There was a few little things with her back end that was back end, not her back end, the back end of her website that was giving her some trouble. But she was saying like, "Oh, it's too bad, you guys go on so late." I said, "Well, maybe we could just have a little, a half-hour show beforehand, and you could show your cards or whatever. It's not, we'll
Yeah.
work something out for us too. So we'll be supportive." However,
Oh, absolutely.
Did you tell her that we're starting an hour early too?
I did. It's still not early enough.
Oh.
That's like one of those things. Then you'd be like, "Oh, we're starting at 10." No, it's still not early enough. We're starting at 9. Oh, that's so late.
That's
All right.
right.
Today we're going to try to go to sleep. No,
Oh,
we're
yeah.
going to go to sleep.
Oh, it's gonna be easy today. You can see like I'm like nobody home. So it's gonna be simple today. I don't have a billion to-do lists that are keeping me up. It's
All
weird.
right.
It's not weird though, because it would have been my to-do list. But then the reason I got up is because it was just I was sitting there wide awake with no chance of going to sleep. And then and I thought, I don't know. Anyway, but then my brain didn't work on the to-do list it was so mad at. It made up a whole new universe that I needed to work on.
Oh.
Like, really?
This
Yeah.
is the background I used for the Tony Robbins. I didn't want to make it look like it was such an advertisement, but I thought it was like a little
Oh,
bit.
are you saying the backgrounds we use?
I used the one that I have on right now. It's a little bit different. It just says Midnight Spark and Debbie Ann.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
you
used that.
did. Okay, good for you.
Yeah, that's the one I used.
Yeah, awesome.
Yeah.
And is yours moving or my eyes just need some sleep?
Her earrings are moving.
I thought it
Okay.
was moving too for a second. No,
I know I did see the stars move
it
from it.
can move if we like,
Yeah.
use the one from the MP3, but I don't think
Mhm.
that was an MP3.
No, that one's still. I was just seeing things.
All right, guys. I love you guys. Now Max went to sleep. He's like, "Okay, I'm done now."
Right? Yeah. Now he's not interrupting, then it's no fun.
Now I gotta like wake him up and try to get some calories in him.
Sorry, late, ladies, but we'll see you tomorrow. Thank you very
Yay!
much.
It's okay.
Good night.
Awesome.
Good night.
Bye.
Good night. Bye.
Bye.
Good night.
Good night, baby. Okay, everybody, that was our Midnight Spark for tonight. Some nights will be sparkier than others. If you have any questions, you want to come on the show, you have anything to share, any insightful information, and be happy to entertain you on our show. Have a very lovely